Good evening, beloved. Yesterday, during the 1950s and 60s of the civil rights movement, the well-seasoned Negroes would band together to boycott the Montgomery bus, the counter at the Woolworth. They even formed the Freedom Riders and get on the bus and go from place to place fighting for integration and assimilation. Back in the day, they had a goal, and that goal was integration, to assimilate, because that's what integration means, to be like. They wanted more than anything to be accepted by so-called white people. They didn't want their own business. They didn't want their own industries. They didn't want their own anything. They didn't want civil rights, or the civil rights movement wasn't about independence and self-reliance. They didn't want that. They wanted integration. They wanted assimilation. So now, that brings us to today. Consider this. With everything that is going on in the media right now with Kyrie Irving and Mr. Ye, Kanye West, you don't hear none of those elite, well-seasoned Negroes talking about boycotting Adidas, boycotting Nike, and boycotting, most importantly, the Jewish industry. Hollywood, music, sports, and their global conglomerate of news, whether it's TV, newspapers, and magazines. This small group, this mafia controls so much of media. You don't hear boycott for that. And the reason why you don't hear from the elite so-called black people is because they already have what it is that they wanted. They wanted only to be integrated and assimilated. That's all they ever wanted. That's all they care about right now, is to be like so-called white people, to follow behind, believe in, and support institutionalized white supremacy. That's why there's no outcry to boycott anything from any of them. You don't hear them talking about banding together, because integration, again, is not about independence and self-reliance, about making and having your own. It's being like. So even those so-called rebels, those Black Panthers out there, and Black Lives Matter, and all those other so-called black organizations, those freedom fighters, the religious groups, you don't hear nothing from them. Nothing at all. Because they too support institutionalized white supremacy, but from the shadows.